manyibunde ubunge boigonto bwate kosi ya mechanical and automotive engineering agirira moretu mwana ayenyorere obumenyi bwiga na bono nigo intake y'umutinyo gatano egenderete ayirira eskure yigani yere kilomita ya mune muskuru asomo chokeroka na wogwaka esimgwitrasi namba 0726 588558 gose 0708330000 asigo ayirira na kwenyorera obumanyi iriwe bekiri bagari ya asinsiga yokwirwanirira.
Waire yo mwancho murigire ritikeri ya Jumatatu chitariki 20 na Isano na Ibere. Karibu sana Ekeonga Chinsa Isano na Ibere chawono mugaso tunyare ukomanya ari agendete okorekana si Chinsa mu retariane Matildah Obaigwa na Reveni Nyamuke kura sense mo area yebe manyire. Karibu sana ane kirongo chaka Ekeonga nigobono yoro mokonyi ase wo muraya se kyama gya Jubilee moske Dr. Fred Matiang'i ono anyarire ko gikeria egati yebikoro naboigo chiburaburu chabere chiko ene kiwa ase ensemo ya siasa naboigo chinga kecho nigatabire gati ya barai nigo bakalego tema watanania abakenya kurasa bamabo anmono ase chinjira chio obugesaku na kaukana kurase county ya Murang'a. Dr. Fred Matiang'i nigo aborire buna abakenya bonsi mbale no busibore bugutarira Chinsa mu chonsi imeze ya Kenya batari kubulwa iguru ya mungana yegesaku ose emerengo yabo ya gisiasa.
Eti mtu anaambiwa you cannot enter kwa hii hoteli kwa sababu wewe ni kabila fulani. Mimi kama ningekuwa rais wa nchi hii ningekuwa na aibu sana. I would be very embarrassed of myself that is how low my country has degenerated to in my leadership under my watch. Because I don't want to spend time criticizing, I also need to offer solutions. Mimi kama ningekuwa rais, unasema yule mzee alisema mimi no nonsense. Mimi kama ningekuwa rais, that kind of nonsense will not happen in my country. It can't. Saa hii hao watu ambao wangekuwa wameokotwa wapelekwe kotini kesho Monday. Mkenya hako na haki kwenda kila mahali. Kama unataka kwenda kuegeza Loitoktok, kaa huko. Lodwa, enda. As long as you are a Kenyan. Na mtu asitubutu kugusa mtu eti kwa sababu wewe, I mean, who chose to be born where you are born? Nani alichagua vile atajaliwa? Si ni Mwenyezi Mungu alitumba sisi wote. Hakuna siku nchi yetu we should generate that kind of foolish life. Eti tunakaa namna hiyo, unaambia mtu huwezi kucha hapa, eti huwezi siasa yako iko namna hii, sijui nini namna hii. Hatuwezi kuchitawala namna hiyo. Lazima tuwe watu who are modern and are facing a modern country. You can even be in my house and we disagree with you. That's fine. We will have supper. Wake up in the morning, wewe uende pige kura vile unataka na mimi pige vile tunataka na tuendelee na maisha yetu. That is the kind of country we want.
Echinga kecho nigo anyarire kugikiria enchira enibo ya serikali egotumeka bobe ase chitaro chia gisiasa ase atebire gati ya barai ime ya serikali nigo bagendete kumura chibesa asogotema ko ebereria abantu banyare kubaita bana boigo kubategerera ase misangerekano asabolire buna chibesa chone chinyinge chibora tugotumeka nonya gusira chiwizara kuba muno ilia yetiseme.
Watoto wanafungua shule. Mimi naomba serikali badala ya pesa hii tunaonga watu hapa kwenda kwa mikutano, tunalipa watu pesa kwenda kwa mkutano, tunaonga kila mahali. Tupeleke hizo pesa kwa shule, watoto wetu waende kwa shule. Kwa sababu rais anasema eti hatuna mpango, hatuna sera. that is what we would do, because if we were in office, we are not government ourselves, so we don't have a budget. If I was the president and I had a budget, I would not spend it that way. I would spend it on our children. I would spend it on our health services. Siwezi kuenda huku nikihonga watu, kulipa watu wakuje kunisikiza. I mean, mimi nashangaa, people like President Kibaki must be turning in their graves. What kind of country have we become? Na ukifika mahali wewe mwenyewe kiongozi wa nchi, eti unatumia mamilioni ya pesa kuonga watu namna hiyo, tuwakuje kukupigia makofi. Unabeba wengine unawaweka round na microphone yako hivi ili wapige makofi hata kama hujasema kitu. So isn't it easier and less costly for the country for you to live? Ili sasa nchi iendelee mbele na mambo mengine iendelee, watu wafanye kazi nyingine.
Kubwatikana no gwakwa isiko kwaye musikirigathi gachagua kurwa koba umukonyo bomura bwense as umwaka 2024 nigo bono ikina kigenderete ase kigambirwa kirori tukoria rero watani au kurwasia mangana yeri chiko na bwigo abawakili bono banyara kumirana ase ikigambirwa kinene ime yomochio Nairobi ilikogendera kugayana ugwako kwaye isiko moske rigathi gachagua echinga kecho nigo bono umurachie kose umukambi umurachie mbina munene mwanyikanete buna Paul Muita anyari gukwanira engana eyo na bwigo tabuna okwako isiko kwaye rigathi gachagua nigo kwayereretibwe wikira tairi chinga kicho kunyara kuyigerera.
My Lord, the second issue I would like to highlight is the rush from the word go, that the entire process was conducted by the National Assembly through to the Senate, breakneck speed, lightning speed. And the question that arises is why this speed? And our submission is that the only inference that can be drawn, and we drew and we invite the Honorable Court to draw, is that there was a predetermined result that the National Assembly and the Senate were rushing to achieve. Technical perception that they were doing what the Constitution requires, when in fact nothing of the sort was happening. My Lord, if you look at paragraph 8, 9, and 10 and 11, and they appear from page 8 of our written submissions. Paragraph 8, my Lord, you see the respondent, the third respondent, convened a session of the Senate on 8th October 2024, which then passed a resolution that the plenary would hear and consider, and I pause here to emphasize the word plenary, my Lord, because both the Constitution and the standing orders of the Senate divide impeachment proceedings into stages: committee and plenary. And if the person to be impeached is to get any fairness, fair trial in the impeachment, the Senate cannot legally, constitutionally bypass the committee.
Na mwancho murigire gutigana na yukorase wizara yobocheno nigobono egikaro kyabene ekyokikwatiranetie gati ye Chinsa kurwasa rugongo rwa Afrika ono gyachaka bene ase omuchio Nairobi ekero baracho kwanira chinchira cyo egose bitambukiro biranyare kwimukiwa iri kwaneke muna wizara yobocheno gose sector yobocheno yanyare kogenderera ase rugongo rwa Afrika. Mwaziri bobocheno Moske Aden Duale naboigo yoromo principal secretary ase wizara yo nere Mary Mudhoni negati abali banyara kwaligania ababwatania kurwa Chinsemo.
And we are all united by a very shared commitment to health security, health system transformation, and Africa's future. They have traveled from more than 50 countries across 5 continents. Over 2,000 delegates are gathered here, and every one of them is keen to hear your vision and your address. It is befitting that this summit is opened by a leader who embodies its very theme, reimagining Africa's health system, innovation, integration, and interdependence. A leader who has made universal health coverage a national priority in our country. A leader who champions Africa pharmaceutical sovereignty. A leader who speaks of health not as a cost, but as a driver of economic transformation and continental dignity.
Welcome to the United Nations offices of Nairobi for the opening plenary of the World Health Summit Regional Meeting 2026. Our theme over these 3 days is reimagining Africa's health systems, innovation, integration, and interdependence. And as we deliver health sector reforms and champion global health diplomacy, these pillars will guide our discussions on securing the future of healthcare on the continent.
Na chinga kicho murai wense muske William Ruto oyoikirana wasoringe asigi karekyo una omugeni bwesiko nigo anyara gukwanira igati yebitambukiro gosebikamago biri ense ya Kenya yanyari waka ase wizara eyo yobocheno kakogendera gotabuna nigo ense moyo bocheno yabekure bosyo kobwa Chinsa mochinde chansi imeyense ya Kenya.
Ladies and gentlemen, in Kenya we have sought to translate this vision into action by undertaking a comprehensive reform program that places health at the center of our national development agenda, recognizing it as a driver of productivity, equity, and long-term economic growth. To us, health is not a cost, it is an investment. We have enacted transformative legislation that establishes a durable framework for universal health coverage, ensuring that reforms are not dependent on political cycles, but are anchored in law, institutional continuity, and public accountability. Through the Social Health Authority, we have implementing a unified financing model that expands risk pooling, reduces out-of-pocket expenditure, and ensures that access to quality healthcare is determined by need rather than income or geography. In the same period, we have collected 169 billion Kenya shillings, that's about $1.3 billion, in the Primary Health Fund, the Social Health Insurance Fund, the Emergency Chronic and Critical Illness Fund, and the Public Officers Medical Scheme Fund. And we have paid out 124 billion Kenya shillings, close to $1 billion, as reimbursements to facilities for care provided. Through a strengthened primary health care system, we have expanded our community health system and deployed more than 100,000 community health promoters across the country, enabling care to reach households directly and ensuring early detection, prevention, and continuity of care, as well as effective linkages to secondary and tertiary facilities.
Wancho muligere kubatakana netaro yigikundi kya linda mwananchi eyo yanyarite gukorekana somochio Kisumu nigo moseneta we county ya Nairobi Muskedwin Sifuna ono anyarite wakabuya ase abamenyi be county ya Kisumu kuba mono bali bagutuka somochie Okisumu asogwikirania omurembe gusekubeka omurembe chinga kichetareyo nakuba mono nigo airaniritie yana gotabuna na chio kwenekia obire ka gotegerera chinkono gusekeria abakenya baganitie elinde ateme kubarwanira wika asara nyare
vizuri hapa nyuma mnaniona vizuri mimi ndio Sifuna na nyinyi ni kina nani ati kina nani huko nyuma nyinyi ni kina nani nataka mseme wasikie hapa ni wapi hapa ni wapi walituambia walitutisha wakasema mtatuangamiza hapa kondeni kumbe nyinyi ni marafiki zetu bwana. Mujipigie makofi. Mujipigie makofi. Sisi tunavyojua watu wa Kisumu, nyinyi ni wapenda demokrasia. Mtu akuja aseme yake, aende, mwingine akuja aseme yake, si ndio? Na mimi nataka nishukuru watu wa Kisumu. Huu ni mwaka wangu wa 9 nikuwa katibu wenu mkuu wa chama cha ODM. Asanteni kwa support ambayo mmenipatia hii miaka yote, na mimi ninawahakikishia sitawaangusha. Nataka nichukue fursa hii niwashukuru kwa sababu baada ya kitu ilifanyikia Osoti, ni nyinyi watu wa Kisumu ambao mliambia polisi wale wakora ambao walipiga mheshimiwa Osoti. Kwa sababu tuko na rally hapa mbele, nataka niseme asanteni sana.
Endera ko yerigereria na boyo na gusanga na Getembe TV tutira semitano yeto yekirero Facebook na boyo YouTube Chinsa mocha TikTok na rotonyora na Getembe TV na FM nchengoro ko Matildah Obaigwa endera kubwatia imeroberio egoswa sembe obuno no muroberio vibes on vibes murale twasorenere mela na boyo DJ Creeper cross manyeririo nere veni nyabuke na boyo nere cross studio kabere nere matundra fa kubwatirana na Elvis na boyo Eugene twara obuligererio bi
ine kwabiri gukoria a roadshow track iyo